The end of a rather fraught first day.
Well done, everybody.
Jill took heart from the way that she, her leadership team and her pupils had coped with the teething troubles of a brand new school. Day 2 and Dave Bowyer's in early on traffic duty. Years 9 to 11 start today, which means a full complement for the secondary phase. Like the younger pupils, they need to keep their ties straight. It's once more round the loop with welcome assemblies, and students are taken to their new classrooms by their tutors. Electronic registration is up and running for years 7 and 8. Today there's an air of calm at the HLC. The CMIS team are still in school, helping admin staff replace the corrupt teaching group data.
You're talking about quite a lot of teaching groups in a secondary school, so it's required all hands on deck, basically, to get that done. Under normal circumstances in a secondary school, it would be done in the summer holidays. They'd have lists of children and lists of teaching groups and work from that. In this case, they weren't here over the summer because the school was being built and they didn't have any access to the database. So I think this is probably why a lot of it wasn't done.
With timetables still not ready, to keep things on track, the leadership decide to revert to a meeting room system for tutors to sort out today's teaching groups.
They'll go through this timetable, send them to the first meeting room, head to the department will collect them, and off we go. It's just going back in time just a tad, but it worked.
Jim Smith, head of the Faculty of Applied Studies, takes the class lists round.
Where do I pick them up from?
They'll be down in Bob's.
Right, so they'll all turn up at Bob's and then we just go and collect who we need?
Yeah.
Things are settling down.
It's really good. It's quite big though, I keep getting lost. It's really good. You can stick your stuff in instead of like carrying it around on your back.
They've got a bag rack in each classroom. There's less mess on the floor.
We're going to end up with this.
It feels great to be one of the first 1,000 people to go in it.
The HLC is an engineering college, and Jeff Williams' role as Director of Engineering is a critical part of the bid to get better results.
It's like all your Christmases come together, because obviously you've got every facility you could wish for. You know, there isn't anything here that we're not going to use. You know, everything that's here is going to get used tenfold.
CAD/CAM design software has been purchased, and tens of thousands of pounds have been spent on state-of-the-art hardware.
What you can see at the moment are designs that have been done on Pro Desktop. Very simple, Lego bricks, a gear wheel and a model for a mini disc player. Once we actually set it going, the machine will actually then do various passes and build up layers of powder to produce a 3D image. So it's actually 3D printing.
The aim is to give students a real taste of what they'll be doing in the world of work.
And one of the briefs was to equip Hadley students to go into industry. A lot of the industry in Telford is high-tech, hence why we're pushing the high-tech side of it. So, you know, especially things like laser cutting these days is virtually in every industry.
So you're preparing them for industry?
Yeah, that's what we hope. Yeah, that's the end product. I mean, obviously, we're looking more with obviously the year 7s and 8s because we'll be able to spend more time with them to prepare them. Obviously, year 10 and 11 won't have as much input, but we'll sort of try and cram in as much as we can over the next couple of years for them. Yeah.
The HLC is a PFI school, and the constructors Interserve also run the facilities management. A team of caretakers are under their control. Problems are routed to the FM team, who log the fault and act under contractually binding response times. Serious issues have to be dealt with in 20 minutes. But the FM manager is very keen to have a collaborative relationship with the school.
You can play contract to the final full stop, and it's black and white. Yes, we'll do it, no, we won't. In my view, acting in the spirit of the contract is far better. If it says that Interserve will achieve X, Y and Z by next Tuesday, then we'll achieve X, Y and Z. If we don't achieve it, we'll be able to go back to the school and say, right, this is what we've done, to attempt to achieve what you wanted, in which case it's time to sit down and say, well, hang on, you've done your best, it's not stopping any teaching, it's not stopping anything going on, so we can work within it. If, on the other hand, it is stopping teaching, then it becomes, both myself and Jill, we both agree, it then becomes purely contractual. If you cannot use a room, you cannot use a room.
Catering is also provided by the FM team. The servery provides a menu for all tastes, from fast food options to meat and 2-veg.
You've got roast chicken on the main counter, girls. You've got vegetarian on the next counter, or you've got hot deli specials on the bottom counter.
You can have either one of these with the jacket potato, or you can have the salad with it.
I'd just have pizza.
Have a little bit of something. Just have a jacket potato with it. It's £1.70. It's big and posh. It's like a restaurant, basically, isn't it?
It's absolutely fantastic. We'll find out what the food is like after I've tasted it.
The industrial kitchen is run by Steve Evans, who used to cook for soldiers in Iraq.
Right, shall we go for 12 or 14?
14, I think it's just come up quite nice, it's risen. Everything we're providing is healthy for the children, so in a way it's good because we know we're giving them all their nutrition. All our menus have been checked by nutritionalists before we actually produce them, so everything's been checked. We don't use any oil, nothing's fried, and no chips or anything like that, and no salt in any of the food whatsoever.
A cashless catering system involves pupils loading an electronic card with the price of a school dinner, and the system discreetly identifies those who get free school meals. The restaurant is shared by staff and students and is one of the most important social areas of the entire campus. Dining outdoors in the forum is something Jill Eater values highly.
You know, you create a mental image of somewhere, don't you? And all the way through this, you've been thinking, what will it feel like when the children are here and they're sitting eating and they're sitting on all the walls we've designed? You know, and it's happening. And they love it, apparently. They really love it.
It's a sophisticated and versatile social space.
Have you got your passes? Yeah. So I can learn your names really quickly.
The forum is designed to be at the heart of the HLC experience. In the shadow of the new primary school buildings, the cross-face curriculum is up and running.
Buenos días. Buenos días. ¿Qué significa? Buenos días. Hola. Buenos días. Hola. Buenos días. Good day, good morning. Buenos días.
Buenos días.
Hola.
Hola.
Head of MFL, Jean-Noel Lest, is taking his first ever Spanish lesson with a primary class. 19 secondary teachers will spend some teaching time in the primary phase.
Muy bien. What am I saying? Muy bien.
The MFL team have been so positive about the cross-phase teaching. They're fantastic. And I had a meeting last term with Jean-Noel about resources. We've bought a lot of resources and it's going so far so good, really well. I'm really very pleased with how it's going.
No, they seem to cope really well actually, and they pick it up much quicker to Year 7s and Year 8. Kids their age are going to pick up things really quickly and they'll just repeat whatever you say, so they'll mimic, very good mimics.
So, biscuit barrel boys, we're going to have 3 in the hundreds.
The new recruits to the primary phase are settling in. Mathematics is a curriculum area that will help determine whether the new school will deliver on the promise of raising achievement.
Can I jump another 10? Anything.
What's the biggest number?
We've been under pressure since day one. I don't think any of us in any position in school, but particularly on the leadership team, are under any misunderstandings of what we are expected to deliver. And I want to deliver that. I want to run a good school. I want to have the levels of attainment rising and to be seen as a high-performing phase of this school. And I will get there. But you have to sometimes jump a few hurdles in the early stages.
Thursday morning, Lesson 3, Week 2. A music lesson for Year 8s in the Engineering Gallery. Students have all got their timetables, so no excuses for being late. The staff are loving their new surroundings.
Unbelievable. Everything we put in the plan has come off. Even look, there's almost a smile there off one of them, bless him. We couldn't ask for better. So with the excellent facilities, now we've got to work on producing the results.
For the head of secondary, the first 2 weeks at the HLC have provided some testing times, but Paul's phlegmatism enabled him to cope and cope well.
I've clocked a lot of hours in the last fortnight. I have to say that if the systems had been running as they should have been when we first arrived in the building, I would not have had to do that. But, you know, when the chips are down, you've got to put in those hours to make it right. And we're not quite there yet. We've resolved a lot of the systems problems that we had. And when Telford and Wrekin open another new school, as they may well do in the future, we have learned from our experience, and we'll be able to reflect that to the local authority and put procedures in place to make sure that doesn't happen again.
Jill's proved to herself that she can deliver a school for the future. But at the start of a new era, she knows she's had to prove to some of her staff that she can cut the mustard.
There was that issue, I know there was, because some of the staff have told me, is can she crack it with the kids? You know, can she lead this organisation? Yeah, she's talked to us a lot, but she's not been in a school. And I never had any doubt about that, because I'm arrogant. You know? And I walk around this building smiling, being cheerful, talking to the students, engaging with students.
What lesson did you just come for? Maths. All right. Yeah. Who's your maths teacher? Mr. Livesey. You're right enough.
Providing a curriculum with a wide range of choice for students with a wide range of ability is something the HLC's leadership is very proud of.
I'm proud that we've managed to give Year 10 a flexibility of choice which reflects their needs, because their choice was quite constrained before. For example, we've opened up the expressive arts curriculum so that most students, if they wish to, can do a very expressive arts-based or expressive arts and PE-based curriculum. At the same time, they can do a very humanities-based curriculum. In other words, they have a very big degree of choice compared to most schools of our size. And we've still managed to maintain an entry-level type qualification for students for whom the full range of GCSEs is not appropriate. So I'm proud of that.
It's still early days at the HLC, but Jill has seen her vision realised, and she knows exactly what she has to do next.
What I have to be careful of is that people think, well, we've got here, we've got settled, we've achieved that, and that's a fantastic achievement, but it isn't about excellence. Now, I have a very clear view of where I want to be. You know, I want to be a high-performing school. I want the students to be successful both personally and academically. I want my staff to have fantastic professional development, and the drive has got to come from me and Paul and Erica to achieve it.